Growing old is mandatory. Growing up is optional. Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Dominion Wealth Zone. My name is Julius Olutokun. Welcome to another episode today. And please do note that everything I'm recording or this telecast is just for educational purposes. These are the things I've learned are working for me day in, day out, and I'm practicing and putting into play. And they've helped me, and I believe they're going to help you. Dominion Wealth Zone aims to empower individuals and families to become the best of who you are. Without much ado, shall we proceed? Today, I'm going to be talking on the topic, becoming your best version. Becoming your best version. How do you become the best man or the best woman you are meant to be? How do you become the best man or the best woman you are meant to be? Remember, life is a school, and the value of continuous and consistent learning refers to you acquiring new skills, new potentials, experiences and knowledge. New skills, discovering new potentials, acquiring new knowledge and new experiences. These are the things that will make you to begin to aspire to continue to improve in your daily life. So we're going to be looking at how to become your best version. Now, a child that was born is born as a child. In a few years' time, maybe after about 15, or at least about 20, 21 years, that child graduates with a BEd, a Bachelor of Education, and becomes a teacher. Now, he was not born a teacher. He only developed into becoming a teacher. So he developed to be the best version of who he is. I've not seen a born engineer before. I've seen someone born, had the potential of engineering, but got trained, developed, acquired skills, knowledge, and practices engineering, and is called an engineer. And from engineer to chief engineer to whatever acronym you had after the engineering. So how do I become my best version? Number one is your career development. And your career development is key to becoming the best version of who you are. Number one, you need to be specific in any career you want to do. Be specific in any business you want to do. Be specific in any enterprise you want to do. Because nothing becomes dynamic until it becomes specific. Specificity is, if there's any word like that, is one of the most important things in the school of career development. So you need to be specific, and you need to keep up with the trends in your field. I'll give you an instance. A few years ago, if you want to take picture, you want to have a birthday party, you have to go and get a photographer. Take your picture, and after a few, maybe 1 week or 3 or 5 days, they will give you the pictures. Later, we have something, a picture they call wait and get. Wait and get was around the 80s, around 1978, 79, 80. Then Kodak film, if you're as old as me, you know what they call Kodak. They were in vogue in those days. So you take a picture, somebody will press something on the camera, and the picture will come out, and they will flap it like this for about 2-3 minutes, and you see your picture. But nowadays, you want to do any party or any occasion, you only need your phone to be able to take the picture. And after your phone, you download it onto a computer or your device, and you have the picture. Nobody prints any picture now. You understand? Nobody prints anything. Also, career development. Those who are still having wait and get photographic material or equipment, they are out of business. They are no more in vogue. We are in the world of AI. Number two is personal growth. Anything that does not grow automatically dies. So if your career is not growing, or your life is not growing, automatically you get stagnated. And it's my prayer that no one listening to me will be stagnated in one shape or form. Growing old is mandatory. Growing up is optional. Everybody will grow old. As time continues to roll every day, so our age, our time continues to grow. So growing old is compulsory. However, growing up is optional. So personal growth is required for you and I to become the best version of who we are. And how can you grow? You grow mentally or spiritually by developing your abilities, assimilating, taking in the things that will help you to be able to grow. Now, in my quest for growth, one of the things I did, number one, is to tell myself, who do I want to be? Where do I want to be? And number two, how do I get there? Number three, who do I need to meet, either physically or spiritually? When I say spiritually, who do I need to connect with? Whose mindset do I need to connect with mentally? So I identified that there are some books I need to read. And I started reading books of successful people. And when I'm reading a book, if that book refers to another book, I go to buy that other book. If that refers to another book, I go to get that book. If it refers to another book, I go straight away to get another book. So I need to develop myself by that. So personal growth, by reading books, having mentors, reading biographies of people. I love to read the biographies of successful people. Once I see somebody successful in life, I go to read their biography. How did they get to where they were? What steps did they take? What challenges did they have? How were they able to overcome it? Then, in personal growth, you need to separate yourself from the crowd. Someone said, that the people you move with, 5 of them will determine where you're going to be. So who are the best 5 people in your life? They'll determine where you're going to be. So personal growth. Number 3 is to increase creativity. If you want to become the best version of who you are, you've got to be creative. I've always told people that I support that creativity is one of the best assets anyone can have. Until you're creative, you cannot be productive. Until you're creative, you cannot be relevant. So you've got to be creative about what you do. No matter what, if you're doing painting, you're an hairdresser, or you're a fashion designer, be creative about what you do. Look at people who bake cakes. The creativity they have put into it enhances their productivity and it makes them to attract better clients. A piece of cake in the UK today, you buy it for about £30, £40. But I know some cakes, they're not mass, they're not big, but because of how creative the designers are, they're about £200, £300. It's the same flour, it's the same cake, it's the same decoration, it's the same material, but someone put in their creativity. And one of the things that make us to create creative is to be able to explore the options available, to be able to explore the possibilities around us, to be able to brainstorm and tell ourselves, how best can I do this? That's creativity for you. So you need to have increased creativity and improve your life, inspire yourself every day with problem-solving skills. And these are the things that will make you the best version of you. And finally, number 4 is better adaptability. I say better adaptability. In other words, you need to continue to stay informed, continue to learn day in, day out, and look at new strategies, new technologies, new other factors that you can use in order to improve what you have. Can I tell you something? Everything you need to become the best version of who you are, they are within your environment. They're either in your house, in your life, in the place where you work, along your way, but you need to be able to adapt to the society, to the conditions where you are. You know, a lot of us, we don't adapt to where we are. What we do is that we look at the other side of the field. The grass is always greener there, but somebody have to cut the grass. And when you get to the other side, you'll find out it's not as easy as you think. A lot of us that live in the Western world today, when we're coming here, we had aims, we had aspiration, we had all this. But when you get down here, you'll think it's not as easy as you think. No matter where you are in the world, if you work hard and you work smart, you will succeed. So don't think your environment is the problem. It's not. Your environment could constitute the problem, don't get me wrong, but it's not the whole problem you have. The main problem you have is you are not adaptable to your environment. You are not using what you have to get what you need. So what I'm trying to tell you is you can use what you have today to be able to get what you need. In the Bible, there's a story that I'm going to round off with. There was a widow who had 2 children, and her husband borrowed some money and he couldn't pay back. This widow looked at her life, and the creditor were coming to take her 2 children to become slaves. This widow went to a man of God called Elisha and said, Elisha, my husband had a problem. He died in a problem. Probably died of frustration. I'm going to die too, because my children are going to be taken. Elisha said, you have not adapted yourself to your environment. So I'm talking to somebody here who might stand in the position of that widow. Your life is being threatened. You're thinking nothing is working for you. And you're thinking, what am I going to do? Look inwards. Because we grow from within to without. So Elisha told the woman, look inward. The woman said, I have nothing. If I have something, I will not come to you. Well, to cut the story short, after a lot of questioning, which a good mentor will do, the woman said, I remember I have a pot of oil, just 1 jar of oil. It's just enough for me and my children to cook. Elisha said, that's the solution to your problem. Now, with that jar of oil, that woman was able to feed her family, sold the oil, because the oil multiplied by simple obedience. Elisha didn't do nothing. He just spoke a word, and the woman obeyed. So if the woman did not obey, nothing will change. So if you don't adapt to your environment today, you're not creative today, you're not growing today, you don't take a book to read today, nothing will change in your life. Nothing will change. So the woman paid her debt off. She was no more a debtor, she was freed, and she could feed her family. Adaptability. So ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be rounding off. Please don't forget to subscribe, to like, and to share this video for someone that will benefit. You can become the best version of who you are if you make up your mind today. See you in the next telecast.